Man, just gonna get some coffee. Man. I almost couldn't I? Because we still have a few production minutes to go. No.
Yeah, go ahead. Go get some coffee, dude. You're going to want something to drink.
30 seconds. I'm too late. I'm too late. We've got to start the show in a minute. Some people catch up. Get tuned in. And go. I'm digging, Bill.
Chime in. Yes, sir.
I was born for this. So why can't I do this? We'll be going live in just a minute. Well, we are live, but we're not live yet.
Put your bark on.
Put your bark on. We are live. Did I surprise you with that?
No, sir. I was born for this, man.
Dude, look at your face.
I know. How about that new webcam, fancy technology?
Oh man, I got to do something like, I don't know, get a new face.
Yeah, something like that, huh? I like the one with the Google link you sent me. You cleaned up real nice in that picture. You were all, no, not a chick. That's not me.
Huh?
The one you were sending me earlier when we were trying to do the Google Plus ones, and you sent me the link for that chicks.
Oh,
yeah. A picture of a chick, and I was like, man, you cleaned up nice, brother. I'm like,
dude,
woo.
I don't know how that happened. Did you click on it to see what it was?
No, not really. I just figured that was the wrong one anyway. You had messaged before I even got the chance to.
Hey, we're gonna have some weird slowdowns because we're having some weather, starting to get into a weather pattern here, and we'll see if we have some slowdowns and whatever. That's live TV. That's what it is. So let's move right into a couple of topics, shall we?
Right on.
I have loaded, and because we're still in a little bit of practice mode, we are still in a little bit of practice mode, but we're almost there. We're going to be doing a live kickoff here within, I would say, a week. We might have a special guest on, and for anyone that's watching, Facebook friends, if you guys want to jump in, let me fix that so we don't have to see headline news. They can watch us for a second. We're going to
shoot a message to the page.
Yeah, shoot a message to the page, Dawg Dec, or Bill, or my page, or you could do it on YouTube. It'll show on that too. But anyways, we're going to have guests on the show who are Facebook friends. There's a lot of people out there that post. They do great posts, but sometimes they don't feel like, well, how, I don't really want to turn the camera on myself and like just sit there and rant. And some people do, but you're going to be welcome to join in a segment. So if you want to do that, you can private message either Bill or myself, and we'll sign you up. So anyways, headline news. Tonight, we're just going to do a couple practice segments on this. Starting out with something that we saw the other day, or I put it on our page. This Russian hack bull crap, right?
Dude, this stuff is getting stupid. I mean, just plain stupid. It set me off today. Stop with the excuses. You freaking lost. I mean, get over it.
Okay, so I've posted, maybe I've been an idiot in some of my posts today, but I've been really careful to say yesterday and today, could, might, could, not some conspiracy thing. It is, it's going to happen, or these CIA and the government and all this crap is going to call the election nullify. What do they call nullify the election? So, but they could. Yeah. What they're trying to set up. I mean, who knows? For all we know, they can do that, and then try to install.
It's stupid what they're going to do. Yeah, they're pushing for that civil unrest, and if they put a stop to the election, I guarantee it. I mean, I'll go ahead and throw my hat in the ring now and say it's going to happen.
Oh, civil unrest will happen big time.
Yeah, and more than just breaking windows and whatnot. I mean, they haven't seen the conservative side when
But see,
all
then,
they've seen is the safety pin people out there.
yeah,
I got it's not going to be a protest. I mean, it's going to get ugly.
but here's the thing, that would be okay with them because
Oh
that
yeah,
allows to do martial law and allows Obama
exactly.
longer. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, of course, but it could.
But that's exactly what would happen. I mean, it would cause the civil unrest they want. And it's all the powers to be. I mean, they don't like what's going on, how the people are waking up. They don't like that. They want control. They want to tell you what to think, when to think it, and how to think. And now that people are starting to wake up and they're like, we're tired of it. They're grasping for straws, and it's just getting stupid.
Is that what you think?
That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong, but
Yeah, I was one.
I don't see it.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. Okay. So let's say that there's a couple possibilities. One is they say, I mean, it could go into the House of Representatives. Then obviously they're going to pick a Republican, which they could still pick Trump and, whatever. But if Obama comes out and does do you think he could do a executive order that says we have the CIA has found evidence of XYZ. I am signing an executive order a lot, and he, Senate,
I
Congress,
wouldn't put it past him.
go with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, look how many executive orders that guy's signed already. It's stupid, and they keep poking the bear, man, and that's what it feels like. It feels like they just keep poking and poking and poking, and stop, for the love of the Lord, stop it. You know, get on with it. Work. Try to put up a candidate that is not so disgustingly corrupt and evil that their own party even couldn't even vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, put up somebody worth running.
But they're
That's about the only way to do it.
but they could easily also say that she got more popular vote, right?
Well, there's a reason why we are a constitutional republic, and because that way we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic. There's a reason why that electoral college was there.
Right. I mean, when you consider yeah, because obviously Los Angeles, New York, cut 2 or 3 states, a couple of the large cities can't tell the country what to do. I mean, that's you and I know
Exactly.
that. We know that. Conservatives know that.
Yeah.
But they can also justify what they're potentially could do based on, hey, look at the popular vote. So, whatever.
It's just going to raise a bunch of ugly. I mean, and if that's what they're going for, if that is their ultimate goal, stop beating around the bush. Come out and tell people what you're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to cause civil unrest. We're going to go ahead and screw over the country and what the country has voted for. And we're going to cause the civil unrest. And we are your kings and queens. You will bow before us, and that ain't going to happen.
So, all right. Yeah, but okay, so back to this point about her getting the popular vote or getting more popular vote. Here is one thing that actually nullifies their Russian influence. So if Russia hacked and influenced the election, she still got more popular votes, so it didn't have much effect, did it?
Right. Yeah, that's kind of a guy right there in the middle of their plan, isn't it?
Share that with everybody.
Oh man. Well, and it's blatant obvious right there. I mean, it's right there.
Right.
It's just, that was the first thing that, I happened, at 5 o'clock, my dad came and was like, hey, click on the news, click on channel 9, which happens to be the ABC. And I'm like, man, normally I don't watch the news just because all it does is it's just sad. It's pathetic. It fires me up every time, but since starting this show, I probably kind of have halfway duty to stay current with what's going on, what's staying out there. That way we're not a totally boring show, and talk about what I had for lunch. But the story they led with was Russians hacking the election. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I did it for about 5 minutes, and I was so fired up, I had to leave the room.
Right.
You know, they're just feeding people this crap. And people are, if they're dumb enough to eat it, you know, I just pray for them.
Yeah. No, I can't even watch. I mean, I've been okay, so obviously because we're conservative, we'll watch probably more Fox than anything else. But even that, they've got a bunch of hacks on there, you know. I'm trying to think of that guy, Shepard Smith. God, I don't like that guy.
Your boy Shep.
Oh, yeah, he's a douchebag.
Yep.
So anyways, we're going to do a segment. We talked about that. We're going to do a segment now. Some of what we're going to do as the show gets rolling is we will have all our topics loaded. We'll have videos loaded to support some of the topics. We'll have pictures. We'll have, like I said, guests come on for 10 or 15 minutes. Won't just be you and me. Whoa, wait a minute. Show me your right hand again.
Oh, you didn't see that earlier?
What the heck did you do?
I'm getting old, brother. I don't even want to tell you what I did.
Well,
my leg gave out when I was walking, and I fell on the chair, and I stuck my hand out to brace my fall, and my wrist popped.
Okay.
I'm getting old. It's sad. It's not like I got in a bar fight or something, man. I mean, that's what I look at it. And I'm like, hey, that looks kind of cool.
Right.
But then I don't want to tell people how it happened. It's kind of embarrassing.
2 days ago, I go out to my my Jeep, and I remote start it from inside, and so I can get it all thawed off. We had a big ice over and all that crap, and I forgot that it was like 2 freaking hours. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out there. So I go out there, and all of a sudden I start to slip, and I grab the car, and I'm like, all this ice comes off it, and then I grab the what do you call the mirror? All of a sudden, bam! I landed so freaking hard on my shoulder, the back of my arm, my lower back. My lower back's already fused. I've got a fused lower back. I've got my hip replaced twice already, and I'm like, shit. So embarrassing. And I turn around and look. It's my son-in-law and my granddaughter who live across the street and down over like 2 houses. They happen to just be standing on their porch of all moments, of all days, of all times. You okay? Yeah. I'm okay. Freaking hey, man. I come in and I'm just soaking wet all over the side of me, and it hurts. And this morning, it was worse today than it's ever been. That was 2 days later. So yeah, I know what you mean.
That's the winner. Yeah, I know. I did it, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah,
so,
and that's what it is.
Well, I just wondered, before we start in, we're going to do a segment, and we'll develop this one a little better as we go. Let her rip. And all
right, I think I want to go ahead and take on the inaugural let her rip.
Yeah, you do it.
Go ahead and tell folks what it's about. Can I give them a little rundown of what we're going to do in this segment?
No, you.
Okay. Basically, the let it rip segment is when you've got something on your mind. You know, it's just a quick little rant, basically. You know, just ripping into something. And the topic I picked to do, I've got a lot of friends that are ladies on Facebook, and it seems like the more popular they are with the more followers. You know, I follow a lot of write a lot of conservative sites. Their biggest concern, their biggest complaint that I see, you know, pictures of their junk to them, you know, and asking them to send them pics back and whatnot. What happened to chivalry, man? I mean, it's ridiculous.
So you're saying that so you follow some of these females who are bloggers, and they have Facebook pages and all that stuff, and they're always writing blogs and writing stories and are conservative, and they're upset because they get private messaged from guys who want to show their junk. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just stupid. I mean, wake up, guys. I mean, who honestly is going to get a lady that way? You're not. And if you do, that's probably not the lady that you want. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just grow up, have a little chivalry to it, open the door for a lady, say nice things, get to know her that way. It's just ridiculous the way that, guys do that nowadays. And I can't imagine. I mean, do that. Getting old too, but I just think it's stupid. I mean, and I know if I catch my boy ever doing that, and granted he's only 10, if I ever hear about him doing that when he's trying to, I'm gonna lay into him. That's just not. I mean, stop it. I could get a lot more into it, but we'll move on to some other subjects. Just heads up. Crap. I shouldn't have to tell people that, but obviously we do because I read about it every day. In fact, before I got on here, one of the ladies that I follow wrote it on there and said, if you're trying to hook up with me, the last thing I want to see is a picture of your junk.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's the last thing she wants to see before she goes to sleep, or
that's just
no. That's the last thing she wants to see.
Yeah, there you go. Wiener pics. There it is. The wiener pic.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
For him. Hey, I'm telling you what, never mind. If I say that his wife is attractive, then I know, hey, I could say his wife is attractive, and that would get all kinds of hate mail in to us. And any publicity is good publicity, right?
Right. As long as they keep my personal Facebook out of it.
Uma is hot.
She's also
come on, write the cards and letters. Start telling me I'm that's not right.
Right. Absolutely, yes. Please write into the show. We would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Say that JK's a freaking idiot because he thinks Huma is hot. So that's it. That's the show. Thanks for coming.
Cue the music. Elvis has left the building.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering. Oh, Schneike, let me try that. There's nobody on there. So, anyways, like I said, we literally are having a show, no show, practice show that's not going to be super long tonight because in starting tonight, we've been pretty frustrated. I've been pretty frustrated that my little XSplit broadcaster program hasn't been syncing up with yours and you haven't been able to hear the music and all that crap. But it is now. Miracle of all miracles.
Yeah, we got it rolling tonight.
Yeah.
It's probably just because I went out and bought a new webcam and a new
think so?
Headphone doohickey.
That's why.
It's got to be.
Got to be. So we'll do segments that are we'll come up with different segments each time. One of them that I've always liked to do in the past are like funny picks. And since we didn't really plan for tonight, this is just one that popped up that so Amy, God, I love Amy. Now you talk about female bloggers and female Facebookers and all that kind of stuff. All out Amy. That's her moniker. Yep. She also does there's a what do you call that when they're only on, you can't see them, podcast. So she's on this podcast and she'll record a show, and then after she done recording it, then they upload it, right? So anyways, her thing is all out Amy. But anyways, she posts some funny stuff sometimes, but she is like holds no punches. Her favorite thing is she wants to throat punch somebody. She puts up with no guff, no nothing from any of the liberals, and she's just like no tolerance. She's pretty funny. So anyway, she's part of our blast crew. I saw this, and that what a look at him, Trump. He's not looking away, and
he looks highly interested in anything that comes out of that guy's mouth, doesn't he?
Like, yeah, whatever. Just pack your shit. Right. So I thought that was funny. Other than that, what else? Oh, one of the things that we're going to do too is we're going to sponsor. We'll have your Deer Lake Designs And we're also going to talk over the next week or two. I want to make sure that I pimp this. The Hope for Raquel, my granddaughter. So it's a fundraiser. So people go to Hope for Raquel, and that helps her get more physical therapy. But I got to admit, that's one of my favorite picks I've ever done, is putting her face on that body.
On the crazy grandpa.
Warning, I'm grandpa, and I'm not afraid to use them. Like, right on.
Right.
So, anyways, one of the things oh God, you don't want to know what I looked at. So I just looked over at my computer. I was getting ready to look up a couple of stories, posts, whatever we might want to talk about before we jump offline. And there's about 15 or 20 huge pictures of Anthony Weiner. Because when I had snipped out that picture, I looked and I was like, oh, shit, he's right there in my face. Oh my gosh. So anyways, that's all I've got. I just wanted to do a little bit of practice and see how this was going to go tonight before I load an actual real show, which will be this Thursday night.
Let's do it to it, man. I think we're ready. We got the music working now, and
I do.
And I think we've got a whole, who knows how many viewers actually watching us. So
yeah, so we could do that. And either we'll have, I'll try to pull a guest. Well, I'll try to pull a guest for our first show, a short one. And if not, then we'll do a guest on Monday. So when are the shows, Bill?
Mondays and Thursdays at, we want to do them at 8 or 8:30. What works best?
I like 8. Well, see, we got it. Okay, 8:30 your time, which is Central.
8:30 Central, right?
6:30 Pacific. And since it's all about me, and I'm Pacific, and I got the board, then it's whatever time that fits anybody else. Because I don't know.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, let's just rock. Let's just do what we do, and do it. Start dinner at 8:30.
Are you? So let me ask.
And that'll probably help you a little better.
Yeah, it would. It would. So dumb question. Because from where you're at, Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is St. Louis Rams? They were from your area too, right? Even though you.
Yep, you can have them. I think they're out towards your direction now, aren't they?
Yeah. Did they just fire today?
Yeah, Jay Fisher's gone.
They did.
Yeah, they fired him.
So
yeah, they fired him.
Was he tied for the losingest record in the history of the NFL, or did he actually break it?
I don't know. I know he wasn't doing well, but
I think he tied it.
When he got there, St. Louis wasn't doing that well.
Yeah, but he's been there for 6 or 7.
I mean, I still call him St. Louis, but he was there. Well, he was there for a minute. So
he was with the Rams for 6 years.
Has it been that many?
Yeah.
I was thinking only maybe 3, 4. I could be wrong though.
So the reason I bring it up or even cared at all was I like Eric Dickerson. And Eric Dickerson, so when he was back with the Rams, when it was the Los Angeles Rams, he was with a couple different teams. But anyways, he wanted to get tickets. He had friends in town. And this dude, Eric Dickerson, freaking has a gold jacket. You know what that means? He's Hall of Famer. So he asked for a couple tickets, sideline tickets for him and his friends, because he's got press pass. He can go down there anyways. And he received a phone call from the front office. And he said, well, Eric, Jeff Fisher's going to give you a call. And so Fisher calls him the next day or something. And he says, hey, it's nothing necessarily personal, but we don't want you to be on our sideline because you've been saying negative things about us in the press booth. Because Eric Dickerson he's does the games on air. And so Jeff Fisher, they talked for like an hour. And so Eric Dickerson called him out. He came out on live and he goes, yeah, the Rams said I wasn't welcome anymore because I said negative things about them. He goes, but I love the Rams. I just want them to do well, but their offense sucks, And so then it was speculation. Well, who called him? Who called him? So finally, the next day, he said Jeff Fisher did. As a matter of fact, I will never, ever, ever go to a Rams game again, ever, as long as Jeff Fisher's there.
Why he's there? Yeah, yeah. I remember hearing about that, and
just last week, they fired him.
Yeah. Well, do you think that's why they fired him?
Well, I mean, he had. So then, as soon as Eric Dickerson said that, then they came out and made an announcement that they had given him an extension. How do these losing coaches freaking get extensions? But they said that the GM for the Rams, his brother-in-law, is Jeff Fisher's agent. How do you? I mean, that's a little conflict of interest. If I'm the owner, I'm going to fire both. I got the GM and Fisher's head on a plate, just like John the Baptist. Here you go. Got to bring it right up to Eric Dickerson. Go. Here you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to a general manager too, I kind of feel that 3 strikes you're out when it comes to bringing head coaches, because we had here in Kansas City, we had the same general manager forever. You know, and it got silly there towards the end.
Who was it? Polian?
Carl Peterson, I believe. And I wasn't ever really a big fan of his.
Right.
You know, and I was a Chiefs fan through the 80s, and anybody who knows anything about the 80s Chiefs knew there was a whole decade of just
losing.
Sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah. Well, they beat the Raiders the other night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in first place, man.
Yeah. Hey, before we jump off, let's just do this. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and embarrass me right on the air. Let's just say how uncool I am right now about when did the first Star Wars movie come out? Doesn't matter.
Answer.
A long time ago, right?
1977.
Okay. I saw it.
You saw it in 77?
Never seen another one. Never seen another Star Wars movie. And from what I understand, you're geeked about something that's coming up tomorrow or the next day, and I have no idea what it is. So let's just say that I'm a dumb shit. And why don't you tell us what's coming up? Because tell me why it's so popular. There's this
week we are privileged to bring back Vader to the big screen. The best bad guy of all time. Bring your villain, and I'll bring my villain.
He's not even going to be in the movie, is he?
And oh yeah, this actually happens. This movie happens. The original that you saw was episode 4. You know, it takes a minute to anybody who doesn't know Star Wars how to explain how it works. The first 3 was 4, 5, and 6, and then they went back and did 1, 2, and 3. This one actually takes place in between 3 and 4.
This makes as much sense as a bunch of dead guys walking around chasing each other.
Did you like that little meme I sent you there? That little video, that little 30-second. You know, that was good. You know how they replaced what was his name from Christmas Story. But anyway, take your kids to see Rogue One this weekend. It's going to be so awesome. I mean, it's going to be just like when my dad took me to see Star Wars, and I got to watch Vader on the big screen when I was young. You know, I'm just stoked that, you know, dads now who grew up that are my age that used to go to the theaters with their dads to watch that, you could take your kids and go watch Vader on the big screen. I mean, to me, that's just that's like a bucket list that you thought would never happen.
But his son, Luke Skywalker, is not even in it. Is it because he wasn't even born yet in this movie?
No, he's already born. At the end of 3, him and Leia were born. One day, we're going to have a Star Wars show.
Did they got a Chewbacca and everything?
I don't think so. I mean, for what little bit I've been able to see, you know, I kind of geek out every now and then. I'll cheat and I'll kind of go to some pages that talk about it and whatnot, but I don't really want to do it too much. I like the wow effect, you know. I like going there and recognizing people and whatnot and seeing them, and yeah,
I don't know. So
I'm stoked, brother.
I must be the only person in America who doesn't know anything about this, other than I did notice the last couple commercials tonight only because you mentioned it. It's like when you get a red car and you start
Yeah,
driving, all you see is red cars. I got a new Jeep last week.
right.
All I see is Jeeps. And now all I can see is this damn Star Wars thing because Bill mentioned it. And I just got to admit, I'm not that guy. I wish.
I don't know if this is going to be one to really start on. You know, you're going to have to sit down and go get. And a lot of people argue, okay, if you had somebody new, would you show them episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then move on to 4, 5, and 6? You know, honestly, no. I'd go 4, 5, and 6. Love to hate Darth Vader. You know, hate him as the bad guy that he truly is, and want to see him just wiped off. But then it goes back to the story of why Vader is Vader, and you will understand Vader, and you'll truly grow respect for that guy like there's no tomorrow.
Really? All right, all right. Now
Oh,
you're
yeah.
intriguing me. But let me ask you this: what season should I start The Walking Dead at?
First one. You got to go in order with Walking Dead, man.
And it's
That way,
way better than season 3 or 5. I'm
did
trying
you
to
make it all the way to season 3 or 5?
no, I'm trying to figure out the herd of Walking Dead people, which are more exciting to see because they're all still walking dead, going in the same direction, bouncing into walls and shit, right? Stuff.
Well, yeah, that kind of happens when you're dead and your body's just animated. You don't have a brain anymore.
Well, why
I mean,
isn't any different than the other?
start in season 1 and work your way through. I mean, don't try to jump right in unless you just want to watch something zombie. But when it comes to the storyline, you're going to be lost. You're
Right?
totally going to be lost if you try to
Always,
jump in like that.
I have. I've watched several times and I'm going, okay, so they look like the same set of dead people I saw before.
Well,
And
actually, as the seasons go on, they rot just a little bit more.
God,
Well, you got to figure. I think we're in like 5 years into it now. So yeah,
yeah,
the dead that were walking around back in season 1, if they're still walking around, they're pretty rotted and just not doing much. Then you got to figure the people that were still alive are still dying, and when they die,
they're
they
scared.
become walkers.
Yeah. Is that what they call them? Walkers?
Yeah, every group calls them something different.
So wait, they have a lot of they have different groups of
Yeah,
living people?
of people. Yeah, of survivors. Yeah, that's the good part. Now you're getting it, brother.
Oh, I thought it
When
was
one group comes on another group, it's not just the walkers you got to worry about. You
okay,
know,
so
it's the other groups of people who will jump in and try to kill you to steal your food. And yeah, it's good stuff.
okay, so like last year, one time I saw there was this white house and there was all these living people in there, and this woman, she was kind of in charge. And they built like a fence around it, and she was had these people digging graves. I don't know what it was all about, but who knows?
Yeah, you're going
All
to see a
right.
lot of graves being dug and a lot of all that good jazz. But Star Wars this weekend on that, and then we'll work into Walking Dead because there's a whole longer that you've got to catch up on with that stuff.
Okay. All right. So that's good. So we're done. Are we done with the show? Were you done? You got anything more you want to say?
No, I mean, I would like to read a scripture real quick that I think fits well. I shared it to the page here. Go
Here's
Proverbs 13:20.
here's what we didn't do.
Whoever, yeah, exactly.
We didn't
Let
we
me.
we didn't pray before the show. We were going to do that. You almost I almost
You can
cut
write this
the
stuff
show.
down.
I almost cut the show before you did a scripture. Now, just so people know, it's not just religious because I've swore several times already tonight. And you didn't even hit the cash register and make me pay.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna start doing that too.
Give me a scripture, Bill.
All right. Proverbs 13:20. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Stop and think about that. That's good stuff right there. They call it the living word for a reason because that was probably wrote over 2,000 years ago but still makes just as much sense today.
So if you hang out with wise people, you're going to be wise. You hang out with fools, you're going to be fools.
Pretty much. You kind of, you know the old saying, you are who you hang out with.
I'm a loner.
And
What
not
does that make?
necessarily that you are.
I don't
Well, then
like
that means you're lonely and you need to make some friends, brother.
No, I don't even like people.
Get on the Facebook.
No, I don't like that Facebook thing either, man. I tried that once. People just laugh at me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
No, it's good stuff, man.
All right, my brother. So what we're
Good
gonna
stuff.
I'm digging this song, but it's not playing. All right,
Don't tell me you broke it.
I broke it. I'm taking that show.
You broke it.
Out. I'm just gonna hang up on that character. That one's gone. So
They gone.
all right, brother. I just wanted to do a really short show tonight. Thank you for anybody that just sat in and watched us mumble and bumble, but it was more kind of practice type stuff, so we could see how it flows and see if I can get the XSplit broadcaster working, and I did. And if anyone wants to be a guest and come on and give your opinion, we'll bring you on for 10, 15 minutes, join the show, and we'll go from there. So anyways, that's all I got.
Y'all have a blessed one. We'll see you on Thursday.
All right, out.